here it is sitting. In the same way, there are some transactions sitting from February to June.
Okay, so let's open up the reconciliation screen again for the checking, because all of those have to be cleared out.
Yeah, they have to be cleared out.
Yeah, let me see what was. I'm just going to put an ending balance of 0 just to see the dollars in here. What is the next? Let me say 12.15, and we'll delete this, of course. Yeah. So let's see. Oh,
see,
yes.
These are all getting selected. If I uncheck them till the month of I think it is June 28th or something, then the reconciliation is balancing.
Yeah, but
June 28th. If I uncheck them till this date, 6/28, then all the other reconciliations, there are no more transactions which are mismatching.
Let me tell you what the major problem with this is, right? By leaving all of these transactions, and that goes back to February, right? If you're saying that you're reconciled up to November.
Yeah, November.
Yeah, if you're saying you're reconciled up to November, then that means that our it's overstated, right? We're overstating, yes, because there's a lot of deposits that's still hanging out here from February and expenses. So those are all, they have to be duplicates because the dollar amount wouldn't have reconciled without, Yeah, so we have to take care of those before you move on.
So how we have to handle these type of things? Let us suppose in the PayPal account also there is a withdrawal. But if I want to remove that transaction from that reconciliation tab, so do you want me to exclude the transaction or how?
No, it's not exclude them. So when you're working it, if I came, when did you start with this one? Yesterday. Okay. So yeah, this was the one it was a mess, right? So if I'm reconciling this and I'm doing November, I am not going to reconcile November and leave February transactions hanging out. I have to find out why. Because if you're saying that you're reconciled up to October and the dollars match, then these dollars should not be there, right? So they're extra, extra parts. So we have to stop. And what I would do is go back to the register, take each one individually, go to the register and find it. So let's start with this $482 one, right? I'm going to write this down so I don't forget the dollar amount. $482 for February 9th. And then I'm going to go to the bank register and then put it in because I want to see what was reconciled in its place, right? So then you apply, and here it is, these two, okay? So
one is reconciled and the other one is
yes, and obvious they are duplicates. So this right now is overstating the income for that transaction. So what? And the funny thing is, they both have the bank feed, right? So that tells me that somehow the bank feed was connected twice.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yes.
So okay.
But will that happen like that? Will the bank do a mistake connecting the same transaction?
No, I think maybe sometimes you know how when you do your bank, if you link the bank account and then you're supposed to select the date, right? So it probably came through and then they did it again and it,
probably if we select a wrong date also it will come.
Exactly. So then for certain, I would click on it to go into it because I always like to kind of see exactly what's happening. And this is just, And it was done by a rule. So you see that? So it came in twice. And let's look at this one that was actually reconciled. Same thing. Okay? So I want to now make sure that bank statement tells me that I should only have one, right? So I would go in, and then it's just a bunch of verifying before we delete, right?
Yeah.
Before we delete it. If one of them was a manual transaction, I would go ahead and throw back the one that came in through the bank feed. So it goes back to the bank feed, and then to match it, right?
Oh, we are throwing back that to the bank feed. And if we do like that, does the reconciliation again we have to do the reconciliation, right?
But but you can do it manually.
We can do it manually through the bank register.
Yeah, from the bank register, you would just change it to the R.
Change it to the R, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And
in that way, the bank reconciliation which we are doing, that doesn't affect.
It doesn't affect it, exactly. But then you just cleaned up the duplicate, right?
We cleaned up the duplicate, okay.
Exactly. So, well, let me go to the right here. So the statement, all we're doing is we're going to find February now just to verify that, yes, there should only be one $400 and something one.
We are checking this with the bank statement.
The bank statement. Verifying it with the bank statement.
Okay.
Yeah. And it should only be one. Control find. Does it not want to work on control find? Sometimes control find will work and sometimes it just won't.
482 point.
And it's already not even coming up. Okay. It says working on it. It's just slow. Okay. So it would be easier to scroll down. What do you do you remember how early was that? February.
482 point. I don't remember the date.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is. 482.09.
Yeah. And that's only once.
It is only once. That means it appeared twice.
Exactly. For some cookie words, and it came in twice. So we can go ahead and we can say bye-bye. Right?
No, we can directly delete it off.
This one is, we know for sure it was a duplicate.
So, Shana, because you are experienced, you are directly deleting it off. Okay?
Yes.
Let us suppose, if I am doing,
do a void. You can do a void. Yes.
I can do a void.
You can do the void and just in your void note say duplicate. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If we want to retrieve it back, we can retrieve it back, right?
Exactly. And we shouldn't be needing to because it really is a duplicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
and yes,
and
do the void.
About the withdrawals, which I see in now I got an idea about.
Okay.
I will clean up as much as I know, definitely. But now I did the PayPal account, right? And there is a withdrawal which goes to the equity.
Yes.
So how should I handle that transaction?
Yes. So this one, let's see. I think this is okay. This is another one that you need to take a look at too, because notice those little boxes aren't there in these transactions, right? So those either it's coming to the wrong bank register, right? And you need to look at that.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want to try one of these first?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
One. At least, for example, if you show
so
us,
$530 on.
It is easy, without sense.
Okay.
Which is on 601.
Yeah, 601, and it says it's a credit card. All right. So let's go back now to the bank register and just see. Okay, so we have a couple that was reconciled. You see this one was reconciled? Right? And they have it going to owners. And this is actually, yes. So obviously it's this.
Yes,
you
because
see?
it is written there also online payment only.
Exactly. So what I would do is the one that's reconciled, because it came through the bank feed, I'm going to go ahead and throw that back. Right? And then also, you notice this credit card payment right here, right? Because it's being applied to different accounts. One says personal expense, and then this one is going to like a credit card. I want to go to that credit card first and see if it's actually, it should be there, right? So before I do that, I just want to verify that it really belongs to that card.
Okay.
530.
$530.
And it does. And you see that? it's reconciled.
Reconciled. Okay.
Okay, so now we have the issue of if we throw one back and delete one, we might be messing up this. So okay, so we're going to keep this one because it's reconciled. Let's go back to the checking.
Reconciled ones we don't touch.
No, we do. You just have to remember that you touched it so you can get it back to reconcile. Okay. You have to manually reconcile it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm coming back here, and this, I'm going to delete it so that it goes to the bank feed. Okay?
Okay.
It'll go back to the bank feed. And then it should tell me it's found a match. Okay, let's go back. Here we go. And there it is, you see?
Yeah, one match found.
Okay, so then we match it, and now you go back in here, and now you manually put this to reconcile.
Reconcile, okay.
And then save.
Save it. Okay.
Okay, and as you can see, we now cleaned that up, and we did not affect you see this credit card? It's still there, and it's still fine.
Still there. Okay.
Okay, so that's why you choose the one that you can throw back to the bank feed so that it can find the match.
Okay. So
automatically.
Once we are deleting from the bank register, it goes to the for review tab.
Yes, in the bank feed.
In the bank.
But it will only do that if it wasn't a manual transaction, and that little box is your key. That hey, you see the note from the bank feed. So
it is added manually.
It's gonna have these two green boxes, and you'll know that you can send it back to the bank feed. Okay.
And if it is, let us suppose if it is manually added, we will throw back to the for review tab. And if it is a bank, it is not manual, it is a bank feed. Then how to do? Just void it.
Okay, so we didn't void that one because we're not trying to get rid of the. There were two in there. Right?
Yeah,
one came from the bank feed, but they didn't match it.
Got it.
Okay? Instead of matching it, they added it. Okay? Yeah. So you always wanna make sure that it's a match. If it's already in QuickBooks Register.
Register. Okay, got it.
Okay. Let's go back to that reconciliation so we can see another one. Let's resume. Okay, so for these they must be all duplicates, right?
So we have to match them.
So 2544 on May 14. Okay, so I'm in the bank register.
2544.
Okay. And there it is. And you see there's a couple of them that needs to, there's May and, okay. So let's make it easy on ourselves. We know for sure this, send it back to the bank feed.
Send it back to the bank feed.
Okay.
So delete it.
Yeah, take that R off and press delete. Yes, yes. And we can go ahead and send this one back too, because we know. You see that on 628, that one was there. Okay, so
delete it.
Delete it, and it's going to go back to the bank feed.
Now go to the bank feed and match it and change it to R.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. So here is one match, and make sure when you're matching it, you're matching the correct dates.
Correct dates and correct amount.
Exactly. Okay. And now we go back into the register and then manually reconcile the transaction. Okay. There you go.
Yes, got it.
Okay. Now let's find what was the other type that we were going to work on?
The other type we worked on are these deposits and everything, and we thought that
So the 500?
Yeah, the 524.
Okay, so the 524 ones, I would just go into the register and change the accounts.
Yeah, it has to be changed to personal.
Yes, put it to that equity draw, right? Personal. So here they are, and I would just change the account because it shouldn't be a PayPal bank because that PayPal bank obviously is not the one they were sending that withdrawal to.
It is showing in the PayPal bank. If we change this to personal account, it will move away from the PayPal bank.
Exactly. But if you, because we're doing it in the checking register, so it's, yeah. Okay.
Got it.
So from right here.
These are two different things. One is because it is not categorized properly, that's the reason it went to PayPal bank. This is the first situation. And the second situation is that it is not matched properly, so it appeared twice.
Exactly.
So these are, we learned about two different transactions.
Yes. Yes, that's a good recap. Cases. Yes, you just saw two different circumstances. One where this PayPal obviously is not the business PayPal, right? They must have
Maybe
two PayPal
it can be a
accounts.
personal PayPal, so we are making that to owner's personal account.
Yes, so we're changing it to that, and here I'll do one.
Personal. So it automatically throws away from there.
Exactly, right? And it's already reconciled. We verify it with the October statements, right? But it couldn't be verified on the PayPal account that's linked.
Got it. Understood. Let me try my best if I have any questions.
Yes.
I'll come back to you again.
Okay.